Just a quick message for this first part of June for the collective, asking for those who are on their awakening journey, what would be most helpful in this moment in time. All right. In the mental space, we have the Chariot. The Chariot is about feeling like passionate about moving forward, feeling like that motivation to keep going, pushing towards something, pushing towards your goals, being in alignment with like the mental fortitude to do something and also the physical discipline to do something. So this feels like a great space, a great time to start something new, start a new health routine, or pouring into your work, your business, your studies. This is a great sign for really focusing on what you want and moving towards that. In the heart space, we have the Justice card. This is a really interesting card that shows up when we're talking about like heart space, feelings, emotions, and the connections that impact those feelings and emotions. And with this Justice card, it really is this indicator of like calling in balance, right? So calling in balance for self, calling in the clarity to move in a way that you are not creating karma. You are not in this like shadow energy. You're in this fair, upright, calm, peaceful, centered energy in the heart space. And this was coming up a lot during this week, where I was reflecting on that phrase in the South where we would say, bless his heart, you know, when you're really pissed off at somebody or like, you know, whatever. It's like bless their heart, but we don't actually mean it. But it's time to mean it. It's time to like bless the people who've come along your path, who've ruffled your feathers, who've shattered your heart or broken it or caused grief or anything like that, because what it does is it negates an emotional charge that is kind of like a signal in the heart chakra that really doesn't serve. So that emotional charge in the heart chakra is very much like bitterness. Even the taste of bitterness can ruin an entire dish. So you can be doing all this work, this beautiful crown chakra opening, third eye opening work. You can be doing all this physical work on your body, but if the heart chakra has that element of bitterness within it, it just simply remains in all that is done. It's felt when you interact with others, and in some cases it does sort of magnetize situations that reflect that same flavor back. So this is why it's important to really learn to be thankful for those who've kind of like caused that ache and pain, because they have served such an important role on the soul journey. It doesn't mean they were right. It doesn't mean that you're excusing their actions. It just means that you're no longer bound by them. You're no longer in some type of emotional confinement because of the actions of another. And that is this freedom. That is that justice, is like, okay, I'm freeing myself from that shadow side. I'm freeing myself from only seeing the negative, and I'm allowing myself to balance out the scales. And I know that that pendulum always swings back. So if you've been in a really negative space, that pendulum always swings back to a more positive one, because this is our goal in all living beings. The goal is homeostasis, is finding that balance. So let the scales of justice, the scales of karma balance out in that heart space. In the action space, we have the Two of Swords. So this is a card about needing to make a decision, feeling like mentally confused about which way to go. And some of the greatest advice I've heard when we're in that space, like when we don't know which direction to go, stand still. It's totally okay to actually stand still and wait to get perfectly clear. Because when things aren't a holy heck yes or a holy heck no, that means that all the information isn't on the table yet. And I feel like with this Chariot card here, that there's other focuses at hand. There's other things that we are moving towards. So if there feels like there's one particular decision you haven't really settled into, you haven't fully committed to, that yes, that no, then you're in a maybe, then you're in a standstill, and then allow yourself to be still. Allow yourself to tune inwards. In this card and in traditional tarot, she has a blindfold on. She's limiting her stimulation. She is going within. She is the pendulum within herself. She is determining which way to move, but she needs to get really still first. So that's the message that I have for you all. I hope it's helpful. Wishing you all the absolute best on this day, and let me know below how the portal day of 6/6 was for you. Thanks.